All right. Do you guys see recording in progress on your end?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So this is just for our reference and the grader's reference. This will all mostly have to be written, like the key takeaways, but this is just as part of our brainstorm evidence process. Now, looking at the requirements for this assignment, first thing is first. We talked about this a bit on, what was it, Tuesday? But have you guys had an opportunity to look at all of the existing mock-ups, the three mock-up sketches that are in the document?
Four, I think. Yeah.
Yes, excuse me. Yeah,
Yeah, we have
four.
four.
Um,
Great. Okay. Before we move forward, because what we're gonna be needed doing as we're like conversing amongst ourselves is we're gonna narrow it down to what we think is the best two out of those designs. So let's take a minute to open those up. Uh, okay. Before that, describe various. Okay. All right. So first step before we do that, to you guys, what are the user needs that you guys feel are the most important, like in the problem definition?
yeah. Nico, you and I had what I felt to be a very productive conversation with the two peers in class. Uh,
Yes.
and honestly, like, whenever I brought this kind of idea, this problem up with guys, it didn't ring. I mean, like, I personally have felt that it would be useful, but it didn't like ring the same bells when we brought it up with the girls. They like almost lit up. Um, and so we had a good conversation with them, and we really have what I'm going to look at two categories of ideas. We have like a disposable drain, and then we have this last minute kind of grabbing tool that I put together, which I mean can go places, cannot go places. I don't really care. Um, but what the girls pointed out was that there are already drain covers, and the large problem with them is that when you put them on, they slip very easily off the drain, which is like the huge no for them. And so I think what we have to kind of look at is how can we make ours more sedentary. I know we were thinking about actually inputting the drain into the drain hole, um, but I'm okay with also just making it more of a drain cover, but as long as it's just stands still.
Yes. Yeah. Good. I remember that. Nathan, Robbie, can you guys shine some insight on the two people that you with during class on Tuesday?
Yeah, I'm just gonna quickly go off what Petey said first though.
Hmm.
Because in our group, um, one of the people we spoke to said that he also already had a drain cover and it had a rubber bottom. Um, and from what he said, it sounded like the rubber bottom was really able to help it stay in place and not move as much. Um, and he said that after we were talking about our top right sketch, I don't know I don't know exactly how he perceived it or how like I guess I don't even know how I really perceived it either. It might be two different ways, but I don't know if the Velcro on the bottom is like an actual Velcro material that's like
Right.
meant to catch the hairs or if it's like meant to keep it in place. He kind of I think he kind of was going towards it was more keeping it in place and thought
Mhm.
that it could get really gross over time
Yeah.
being wet. So I think if we did go with a drain cover, making a rubber bottom could be beneficial. Also, um, the only thing with um, going with like the actual drain that you put inside the hole, um, there's like all different sizes of drains. So we would kind of have to figure out a
Yeah.
solution to that. Maybe like a one size fits all if that's possible, because there would be all different types of sizes that we would have to make otherwise.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Nathan, do you have anything to add?
I just want to say, for the drain, keeping it in place, I personally think a drain that would maybe twist on, like we have possibly a proprietary little insert that goes in the drain, and then maybe that gets a little bit of adhesive on it, and then the actual drain cover could possibly either stick onto it or screw in just a little bit to lock it in place so it doesn't move or get shifted, or if you step on it or hit it on your foot, it won't
Yeah.
get out of place, so that still stays where you want it to.
Okay. By the way, I'm sort of just looking at the document, the tasks, the first step of process description and brainstorm results. Okay. Love that insight from y'all. Uh, Thinking back to the original concept though, what user needs did you guys think were the most important? Or in like your interviews with our cohorts, that you felt like these are the user needs that we need to prioritize?
Um, Thinking back to originally when we were attacking the user needs, um, looking at it as a college student perspective, I think it has to be cost efficient. Um, and it also has to be like the how what Nathan was talking about, how it has to like be able to be used universally, right? You can't,
Okay,
or
that's a
sorry,
good
what
point.
Robbie was talking about. I think like uh there are different lots of different sizes of drain holes, and so we can't have maybe some kind of universal drain hole plug that you can screw in and screw out one disposable drain.
Yeah. I mean, my thought is it could be made out of a base of silicone so it can mold easier into smaller drain holes.
Okay. Uh,
Okay.
so
The reason why is that I'm starting to make a list of the user needs, because what the brainstorm process requires us to do is to identify the most critical user needs, and then once we have that list nice and narrowed, we then apply that list to the sketches we made, so we can determine the two best concepts that we've developed.
okay,
Okay. Another one that I did want to say, this is based on the interaction we had, Petey.
yeah,
I think in general, hair and debris, like alleviation was a big thing that they
yeah.
seemed, uh, you know, I mean, I guess, I don't know, I'm not sure what to call it, that they seemed passionate about.
No, I
Uh,
understand what you're saying.
yeah, yeah, again, you guys can even see it back in the doc, but what user needs did you guys feel were the most pressing? And remember, we're gonna rank these later, like weighted, but which ones did you guys, what other ones can you guys think of?
I think for me, probably, I think simplicity and effectiveness will probably be the easiest because from a college student standpoint, you need something that's just simple and it's going to get the job done. You don't need anything super crazy, and
Okay.
effectiveness, obviously, because you need the product to work. You don't want to get something faulty. Um, but yeah, that's what I think.
I would
Okay.
say like upkeep, like how much maintenance you have to do on it, because I know me personally, I don't like having to do much too many things
Right.
related
And
to.
that's kind of the goal we're trying to solve here, not having to, clean the drain over and over again. So
Mhm.
something that's a little easier to use.
Okay. I guess I'll put that under simplicity. Oh, that's strange. Okay. Use.
I'd be like, what I was thinking more specifically is like how much time you have to spend. Uh, like it may be easy to do, but it might take a little longer. I'd just say less time as possible.
Time saving. Okay.
When you're talking about like the actual placing of the drain.
Mhm.
Kind of
Is that
both,
right,
but
Nathan?
yeah, kind of both.
What did you say something? So I didn't hear what you said after that.
Kind of both, like general upkeep.
Okay. General upkeep. Okay. Time saving and Wider upkeep. I like that. Okay. Uh, Cost efficient. Do we have that one? Yeah. Okay. What other user needs? Can you guys, by the way, I'm sharing the doc here just so it's easier if the grader happens to choose to watch this video
Yep.
for the sake of evidence and whatnot.
Okay. Yeah. Um, let's see. Another. Hmm. When we were talking to the girls, another thing that they sh like was that upsetting process for them was that the hair was being stuck on the walls, and I know that the drain isn't, connected to the wall, but I think we had to hook back on this like able to catch hair.
Yeah.
I think that one.
Um,
I'm not saying we should start ranking them, but if there's a way we can put like an apostrophe or an asterisk next to it, give some.
I'll leave it in bold for now.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Let's make sure that clear. I also added one. This is I think looking at my notes, this is something that they also mentioned, but trying to reduce just generally the bad odor
Hmm.
seen in showers is a user need. Yeah. Are there any other big user needs that y'all can think of? I'm gonna just go to this separate tab here.
Yeah.
How many user needs do they recommend? How many is that? One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10. 10. Okay. So around a total of 10 important user needs, I think is good.
Yeah, we're looking
Uh,
at
yeah.
about 8.
Okay.
Is is making the like product out of a like antibacterial material like important? I don't know what that would cover.
I think that maybe you should just like go into like effectiveness,
Hmm.
like
But I also think at by the time that it's
like
catching or it's needs to be antibacterial is the time you throw it out.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know how long that gives us per drain, but mm,
okay. Hold on. I just want to look not at this one. Yeah, here. Process description. Describe the various processes and techniques used to brainstorm and further develop potential solutions. Design concepts. Yeah, yeah. So, I'm also just gonna add a small note here. Uh, add paragraph about techniques used during discussion. Which would be this, which is what is it? The meeting, user persona interviews, uh, and techniques. What other techniques could you say that we're using like right now, I guess?
um,
Design concepts.
kind of techniques that we're talking about.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I could just
Oh,
call it
okay.
generally. Yeah. Yeah. Again, I'm sorry that that's if like y'all don't have to be looking at my screen, but
No, yeah.
yeah. Yeah, but again, that's just a note for us. We can do that last once we've finalized the brainstorming process, but we need to just add a paragraph explaining the various processes and techniques we use to develop so to further this concept.
Yeah.
Reference the user needs. Yeah, okay. Okay. Um, any other big user needs that you can think of? I'm gonna just scroll back up to our I'm just trying to jog my memory if y'all don't mind. If I'm just gonna go back up to Alex Morgan. Um, trying to remember which were the big ones he said during
We
his
we put down compactness.
chat log. I'm gonna just stop sharing real quick. Uh, yeah, that was just more so to build out that.
We put compactness down.
Compactness. I think we have that just under a different vocabulary. What is it? Universal usage, I guess, is like what it might be under or adjacent to.
Yeah, I was thinking compactness was more of since dorms don't have that much space. It can't be, this big kit.
Okay,
I don't know
I like that. Okay.
how high that'll rank, but
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, again, I think that's fine to put because then that could just be a user need that's that again is important since like I mean,
right.
we understand the college demographic well, that's important, but just doesn't quite rank as highly.
Let's see. We have 8.
Okay. I mean, I think we can come up with like at least like one or two. Hair, we already have hair removal, debris. Um, can you guys think of anything else from your time with your peers?
Needs to be safe to touch. A lot of these cleaning things can be chemicals, so it needs to.
Okay, I like that. Safe to touch, and I think this goes into like, I mean, here we have it in simplicity, like ease of use and implementation, but how about also ease of removal?
Okay, I like that.
Like, yeah, I think that's distinct enough that it could be its own thing. Because, like, again, I'm fine. I think most people are fine using cleaning products, but like, like no one wants to be like touching the like gunky stuff in a sink or something. You know what I'm
Right.
talking
My point
about?
is like I don't know the science behind like a urinal cake. I don't know if it's like not safe to touch or, have that
Uh,
stuff around your body. So
no, no, I did some research into that. That's no, it's nothing to worry
good.
there.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
basically all a urinal deodorizing block is just a
Mhm.
really condensed deodorant
Okay.
that reacts efficiently with things like urine and water.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not dangerous to the touch. Okay. So yeah, I guess how do you could call that like ease of removal and disposal something like not
Well, it needs to
off-putting
maintain water
to
flow. It can't like
yeah.
inhibit the draining process.
Okay. Do you guys think that's this yeah, that feels distinct enough.
Yeah,
Does
I
not
think that's a good one.
It also needs to be durable enough for like a whole person to stand on it in a sense.
Okay, I like that. Just durability and ergonomics does not cause user to slip or damage the drain.
Hmm.
Okay, good. Okay, I think, all right, again, I think we can modify this list later, but you guys are cool with this ranking of user needs?
Yeah, I'm happy
Yeah.
with that.
Okay, yikes. Okay, let me look at the doc again, see if we're missing anything. Um, and designs concepts solved based on your defined problem. Generate. Okay, explain how these needs were. Okay. So in the again, for our sake, I'm gonna add this again as a separate note to like when we're doing the last writing, because this one, it's not a really a complicated one, but it is a lot more writing than I think some of the previous ones.
Hmm.
We need to then write a add a paragraph explaining how these needs were met and were utilized to generate design concepts. So how we considered all these things and the concept sketches that y'all made, how they inspired what y'all made.
Okay, yeah.
Cool. Okay. I think that might be it for process description. Just your user needs or the ranking. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Okay. All right. Then for the next section, brainstorming results. We need to add a paragraph. Add a paragraph giving a summary of Zoom meeting and recording. What I'm gonna do is with a combination of the notes I'm taking here on paper, I'm gonna wait until I'm done with this recording, and I'm gonna look at the transcript, and I'm gonna just with that find an easier way to generate a summary of the meeting instead of it being like something we're developing during. Is that
Right.
okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's just yeah, with I think with like a transcript in front, it's gonna be a lot easier for us to write that out. Okay. Include a brief description of finalized sketches for each design concept. You should have three of four. Okay. And then
And brainstorm
below,
results. Would this also be a good place to put the images we had made?
yes. And then yeah, yeah, again, I'm if I'm like mumbling to myself, that's because I'm rereading instructions to make sure we're not leaving any stone unturned. Include concept sketches. Oh, I accidentally closed off. 1 second. Yeah, include concept sketches. Yeah, it says include. We need 3 to 4. We already have 3 existing concept sketches. Is that right?
Or
Oh, that's right. Pete, you made 2?
Yeah.
Is that right? Okay, great. Lovely. Wonderful. So yeah, bring those there. Yeah. Yeah, and then we have to, okay, explain the differing approaches of each design. Okay, here I do see one more thing, which is evidence of brainstorming, which is concept maps, diagrams, initial sketches. Out of curiosity, do you guys have any drafts of your sketches that you have there, or is it just because I think it's fine if not.
You mean like okay. I think I understand what you're saying. So you mean not completed sketches?
Yeah, I mean, if you have any. If not, I honestly think this meeting is really good evidence of brainstorming. I mean, again, here I'm just looking at the instructions. It also says concept maps, diagrams, initial sketches. Yeah, anything that's in the appendix. So again, I think that's fine. We can look at that later, but just to keep that in mind. Okay. Again, yeah. Yeah. Thank you for
I'm
bringing
like
up the. Yeah. Okay, great. Oh, awesome, Pete.
I'll
Okay.
check.
So again, I'm more so just going through each section so we have like an easier time once we break out of this brainstorming, like, I don't know what to call it, round robin, I guess is the term I used earlier. Okay. Down selecting the 2 concepts, discuss how the user end feedback was utilized in selecting the 2 most viable. Okay. That's, yeah. So that's in down selecting. Here, make reference to discussion with partners on Tuesday, as well as user persona interview and research. So yeah, so for here, what we need to do is just discuss how end user feedback was utilized in selecting the 2 most important concepts. I think now might as well be a good time since you can see. Uh, I'll share my screen again. Again, I know you guys are following along, but I feel just in case the grader might not. Okay, you guys can. All right. Based on the 4 drawings we have, again, I think you guys might be able to put a bit more insight. Which do you guys think are the 2 most viable designs? And again, we can make a whole nother design. That'd really elevate it based on all the notes we made up here. Which designs jump out at you as like
Yeah.
the best?
I like the set in drain design.
Hmm.
And I'm honestly not a big fan of my movable one. I honestly do like the catcher idea a little bit better than my like the Velcro bottom look and drain. I'm sure if I added more stuff to make the Velcro bottom more like the in place drain, I might like it more. But so far, the two favorites for me are definitely the like hook and the in place drain.
What is the purpose of that Velcro bottom?
The Velcro bottom, it was a bad drawing, but it was, a
That's
hope.
fine.
It's just supposed to catch the hair. It's not supposed to attach to anything. And I didn't know how to quite add that correctly. Um, so more realistically, they'd probably be like a rubber ring on the outside that holds the drain in place, and then as hair falls through the drain, it's hopefully catching onto that Velcro.
Okay.
So the goal is for the Velcro to get nasty, so that way the drain does not.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you guys think of that design?
I think it's all right. Uh, what if we went with the static electricity idea and had like a charged rod underneath that would attract all the hair that fell through?
Whoa, I
I
didn't even
think
this
one,
idea.
that sounds really cool, but I don't know about the safety of conducting water with static electricity.
Yeah. Would it even
Maybe I
work with
should.
wet hair?
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Yeah. Again, maybe this is, maybe we should. I don't know. I don't know the physics behind that. My thought is this, unless you guys disagree, I quite like this first design here, the one with like the Velcro bottom. My idea is maybe we could have a design like that, and we can maybe mold it to be a bit more of like a funnel shape. So it's
Yeah.
sort of because again, those we mentioned that earlier in this document, but there are like funnel drains, and they like coil hair and stuff to make it
Right.
more effective. My idea is maybe we could have a drain that looks like that, and then a drain that's a lot more of a simple metal grate, like the second and fourth pictures we have here. That like I mean that could like again because like I feel like if we want really to prior like if like again thinking the like one angle is big on hair and debris and the other angle is a lot more in hey you literally just pop it in and like it's literally just as simple as a metal thing and it might not be as effective but maybe we can make it a little bit thicker and have a urinal cake thing and it's just better in certain other aspects. Am I making sense? Also, I feel like I've been talking for a lot. My bad. But like you
I,
guys, are you guys understand what I'm trying to say?
yeah. I
Yeah.
like that idea.
I like the like what if we had a mold that would mold your drain for like the first design and then the first design would screw into that mold. So we'd have a universal drain
That's what
and
I was
then
thinking about too, Nathan. I agree with this.
yeah, and then just the only thing that you'd have to change for each individual drain is just the mold that it screws into or clicks into or something.
Interesting. So this top design, like the bottom half is like detachable and you can make it like wider. Is that how I understand that?
Something like that could work, but like have it be threaded on the bottom possibly so
Right. I
that
think I'm not trying to steal your thunder, but I think what he's
oh
saying
go
is
ahead.
the drain itself is going to be the same shape no matter what your or shape and size no matter what your shower is, but we have a like one-time purchase kit that molds whatever shape drain you have to whatever like to something that could fit our drain.
Yeah, exactly like that.
I see.
Um, I think it
Okay.
might be worth trying to make a picture or some kind of representation of that if we wanted to.
Yeah, I think that'd be good. But again, moving forward, are you guys cool with I think we should move forward with these top two pictures. And again, I think the first picture we could maybe edit it to be a bit more of a funnel.
Hmm.
And then the second one, a bit more of just a typical metal grate, but just like again, like sort of how I described it, or like maybe the met is like I don't maybe it doesn't have to be metal, but just like one that's a lot more like you just plop it down. Like am I making sense? Or like
Yeah.
again, like
Yeah.
my
Okay,
head goes to
yeah.
like silicone or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah. I feel like that's not a great solution, but it's just like what's coming ahead. Okay. All right, great. So we've narrowed it down to I think two clever designs. Nice. We should keep all four there. And then justify the two remaining designs. Okay. Justify why. Okay. This is yeah down selecting. Right. Okay. What is it here? Yeah, this is separate paragraph. Okay. Yeah. Justify why these two designs were chosen. Which again, I think when with the summary we can talk a little bit more about that. But uh my idea is again, I think we should just discuss how we want to consider both designs since they'll have like different pros and cons and approaches.
Yeah, sorry, I'm writing descriptions of each of these.
Oh yeah, awesome. Thank you,
So sorry,
Petey.
I'm not
Okay.
talking too much. I'm
Yeah.
listening.
Yeah. Again, by the way, this dialogue is more so for the sake of just making the summary part a lot easier and I
Yep.
don't know. If the grader wants to see this, yeah. Like again, just again, I think it just facilitates evidence.
Yeah.
Um, if any changes or further developments were made to these concepts, yeah. Approaches for each. Talk about changes, i.e., final on top design, and I don't know, material on second design. Yeah, again, I think that's yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay, good. That is down selecting, and then we've got the Pew scoring matrix, Foo scoring matrix. Yeah. Uh, yeah. Following the model, I'm sure fill in. Okay, great. And then this is what we would fill in. Yeah. Have you guys had a chance to look at this matrix?
Yeah, I looked at it a little bit. Oh, hold on. I might not be looking at the same one you are.
Yeah, wait, Nico, yours
Yeah.
looks different.
It's in the third column down here. The
Oh,
third.
I
You
see.
guys see that? Yeah, yeah.
Well, thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. It's yeah, this document is just a template. So yeah, we could you know what? I'll actually do this right now. I'm gonna bring in this template. By the way, is my screen is sharing my screen like are you guys like cool with this? Again,
Yeah.
I'm doing it for the sake of maybe
Yeah.
like facilitating it for the grader, but
Yeah, keep it.
I thought I copied this. Okay. Yeah, great. So we can edit this. We'll
Nico, the
add the
only
use.
thing is
Yeah.
that what we did last time is on the actual Excel, it has the formulas for the boxes, which I'm looking at. It doesn't look too complicated, so you could probably just figure out how to calculate them. But it might be easier if you like make a copy in Excel, so that when you put the numbers in, it'll autofill, and then you could copy the completed one into the doc. But
No, yeah, that's a good point. I didn't realize it had
yeah,
equations. Yeah, thanks for pointing that out, Robbie. Yeah, we'll save that last, but that's what goes there. I just want to confirm if there's anything else needed for this section. Scoring. Oh, I see. Okay, we also need. I forget who did the pairwise comparison chart again.
I did it. I'm pretty sure.
Robbie, yeah.
Yeah, not the competitive matrix. Where is it here? Yeah, good. Here, it's in the instructions. It's saying that we also need to use the weights, or at least if we want to change the weights from the pairwise comparison chart, so that they like match. Could you explain a bit more about how you made this graph? I mean, this chart, Robbie?
Yeah, I just kind of went off of my opinion on what I kind of thought was important. So if if anyone disagrees with it, then you can look at it and change some stuff. But um, I had
As
consistent cleanliness and effectiveness were like the top two rated needs.
As
Um,
I under yeah, I hate to interrupt. I hate as I understand it, like these are the user needs, like time saving,
yeah,
affordability, and then the
yeah.
one means it's weighted positively and zero like neutrally.
No, so how it works is I can't remember if it was like you because you can see it's the same needs on like the very left column,
Hmm?
So what you would do is you would look in the box, and I think it was like if the one on the left column was more important than the one on the top, then you would put a one. And if the one on the left column was
Mm.
least less important than the top, you'd put a zero.
I see. Oh, it's a comparison. Okay, that makes sense. Comparison chart. Okay, I
Yeah.
see. Okay. Um, okay, so I don't, okay, so I think that's just like for our sake. Like, let's just be like relatively consistent. Like that, like one ranks. Okay, okay. All right, cool. So just, yeah. So just with that when we're making the other chart. Okay. Uh, okay, and make their two most viable designs. Include a reference design. Okay. As part of a reference design, I think we're gonna need to sit down and like update these sketches probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, by the way, good on writing that. Okay. Am I looking at the right part? Yeah. Okay, so yeah. Scoring matrix chart with data from pairwise comparison. Oh, and competitor or updated designs. Yeah. Mm. Okay, and then here this is just instructions on how to create the table by the looks of it. Okay. And then the final section. Ooh. You okay? Was that like a sneeze?
Yeah, I'm sneezing. Sorry.
No,
Oh,
no, no
bless you.
problem. Yeah, yeah. All right. Last part, just to make sure I'm not missing anything. Based on the results, add end user feedback and consider. Okay, this just seems to be um add end user feedback. Okay, so this, by the looks of it, is just to justify why we chose those two designs from a more considering enterprise and risk factor. So from there, we can make reference to like university incentives and user needs because the university is like a secondary user. Um, discuss your justification for this decision in detail. Yeah, and then again, just like I guess, all right. You guys understand what I'm trying to say, even though I'm not using words, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
We
okay.
have to
Terrific. Okay.
consider secondary user needs.
Yeah. Um, good. Okay. Great. All right, so that's each section. I think we've got like an outline and a brainstorm for the end of each section. Um, okay. Yeah, right here. My thought is this. I can stop recording now because I think this is like the end of the brainstorm section and now the let's type this all up part of this assignment. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Before I terminate this recording, do you guys have anything else that like any other section that you guys feel unclear about or that we ought to like discuss a bit more before moving forward?
Feel
That
pretty good.
covered.
Okay. The last thing I was gonna say is I just think just to make our thing like, look a little nice, more evidence of the brainstorm besides just this video. One, are you guys cool if I upload this recording to an unlisted YouTube video? Just so it's like easier to put into the document. Does that make sense?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, I
fine.
don't care.
Yeah, it'll be unlisted, so yeah, you guys know what that means. Um, and the second thing is the user needs, besides just the table we're gonna create. I know a program that can like make this into a really nice looking mind map. And I think like that just like again makes the brainstorming evidence requirement look a lot better. You guys cool with that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Last thing, I guess, before I cut the recording. Again, I feel bad, man. Oh, sorry, I froze. Can you guys see me? You guys hear
Yeah,
me?
yep, I get you now.
I froze on mine for 1 second. Yeah. Let's just go over the rubric together to make sure like we're not missing anything. Is that cool?
Yeah.
Again, I hate to be like nitty gritty, but like
No, no, no. It's I like
we
this.
gotta be nitty gritty. Okay, yeah. So concept development. Yeah, that was the first part we were talking. Evidence is. Yeah, evidence is provided of brainstorming with end user needs in mind. That's why I think a mind map is really good. Okay. Documented. Okay. Yeah. Ooh. Remember that we should add like mini descriptions of each of the sketches.
Yeah.
I think we'll have to do since they're already in the appendix. Do they have figure numbers on the appendix or not yet?
No, they do not.
Okay, we're gonna have to give them figure numbers. Okay. The two most viable options. Yeah, and the two options we've narrowed down. Uh, this and a description of the chart. Yeah, okay. Final selected concept is identical. Wait, is it asking for one final concept and not two?
Final selected concept is identified with clear justification based on the result of the pool. I think we're actually funneling it all the way down to one.
Yeah, I think we have two, and then we put them through like the comparison, and then we choose a final.
Oh, that's in the final concept selection. Okay. Interesting. Is that to me what I think is weird is that I would have guessed this would have been its own section, like a new section to consider risks, factors, and other variables, then the user selection. I see this as like a paragraph and then the final selection. Okay. Small distinction, but I think that's fine. Okay. And then this is all the writing stuff that we're well aware with at this point. Okay. Do we all understand the rubric? Are we all cool?
Yep.
All
Yep.
right. All right. I guess we could get to writing and redesigning. I'm gonna cut the recording here. All right. I was waiting for a response.
Yeah, you
Oh
got
yeah,
it.
you're
Waiting
good.
for a yes.
Go
But
Yeah.
ahead.
yeah, all right. No, no, all right. Awesome. Love the great brainstorm, y'all. Loved it. Okay. Ugh. Okay.
I
All
still
right.
have the
So,
recording on mine.
Yeah.
all right.
Same.
Still says recording on your end.
Yeah.
Yeah.